So this is going to save you money and create comfort. Now what's great about these dampers that I like over some of the other ones is that the rubber gasket is in there. Most of your dampers don't 100% close off the airflow. Now this damper right here is a little bit different. It's called a register damper. So this is actually what would be either on your floor or your wall for your register. So let's say we have an application in a finished basement where we can't get to one particular round 6-inch run. We can add a register damper at the source and still able to accomplish what we're trying to do and put the air where we want to put it.
So Stephen, we had some people say there was a little bit of a glitch with the reception. So can you talk about the system starting with the different dampers, how those work?
Yes. So right now we have a call on this zone, so they're open. If I terminate my call, now my dampers are going to close. And if I have a call on this system here, now I'm going to force all my air to the other zone. So we can go either way. Now you'll see also on here I have my little yellow tab and it says open and closed. So if I have an unfinished basement, I can look up and tell if that particular damper is open or not. So we'll flip that back over and now you'll see them slowly start to open back up.
And we have a question, what kind of home is appropriate for a zoning system?
I mean, it's all about comfort, so any home could potentially benefit. It's usually a 2-story house is probably where we install them the most. So someone doesn't have to go down and manually adjust their damper season to season. It does it for them. Usually your thermostat is located on the first floor. There are some homes where it's located on the second floor, but either way, what we can do is add a wireless thermostat. We have options now that make it so much easier to not have to pull wire through a wall. And then if that's upstairs, let's say your master bedroom is upstairs. If it's a wireless thermostat, you can take it off the wall and you can take it into your bedroom. And then that way you know that your sleeping space is the temperature that you want. And the zoning system is going to help control that and achieve it in a more timely fashion. Get it to where you're comfortable.
So we have a question, why is it important to have a zoning system in our house today? Energy savings, resale value?
It's in my personal opinion, you will save money, but it is more about comfort. And will it help with resale value? Possibly. Many times what we see in the field is that people aren't aware that this product is available. So I have a spot in my house, whether it's the entire second floor or a particular bedroom or whatever, that's always hot or cold. This is one of those solutions that would help with that. We can control our airflow much better.
And does it take a long time to set these systems up?
No, not very long. Now, obviously, the best case scenario is an unfinished basement, because then we have open access to all of our ductwork and we can devise a better plan to come up with making sure that you're 100% satisfied. So a lot of times as well, that room above a garage. So we hear that a lot, whether it's summer or winter. In the summer it's hot above the garage. In the winter sometimes it's cold above the garage. This is one of those solutions that can help. Now we sell garage heaters and we sell a lot of garage heaters. So in the winter time, if that room's cold above the garage and we keep the garage warm, that heat will rise up there, but it doesn't help us in the summertime. So this can help us in the summertime, put that cool air in that room above the garage. So another question might be, oh, I have a newer home, why would I need something like this? New homes aren't necessarily laid out for the HVAC system any differently than an old house was. Unfortunately, sometimes HVAC is an afterthought when someone is building a new home, and we kind of have to work with what we have. So if you're uncomfortable in your new home, we can come out and give you an estimate on putting in a zoning system at no charge. So no cost, no obligation. We can come out and let you know if your home is right for this setup. There are occasionally some that aren't, and we wouldn't recommend it. So in order to get a good idea, we would have to come out and take a look at your system as it currently is.
And how long do these systems last, and is there a lot of maintenance required?
So this particular system, there's really no maintenance. If it breaks, we can fix it. Now, they currently have a really great warranty on this box right here. So this is the board that makes all my decisions. Now, it actually does a lot more features than sometimes we even use. So when we sold a lot of heat pumps in the Kansas City area, we sold a lot of these because this can work in conjunction with a heat pump and control capacity and staging and things like that. You see right here, I have an outdoor air sensor. So that's what would work in conjunction with my heat pump. And then I also have a sensor that goes in my ductwork. So it keeps track of the temperature of my supply air. And if something's not working right, it's going to alert me here on this screen. So, like I said, we can have up to 4 thermostats, but that doesn't mean we can only have 4 dampers. We could have one zone, one thermostat, and we could have 10 dampers on that one zone. It just depends what the setup is in the house. Installing them, not too difficult at all. So these type of dampers right here, we just cut a slot, we fold the damper, it goes up in there, and then we just have to secure it and run our tubing back to here. This is a pneumatically controlled zoning system. I have a little air pump right down here on the bottom, and that's what opens and closes my dampers. So some systems are electronically controlled, typically 24 volts, that would open and close those dampers. This one is pneumatically controlled. So we have to run and tee all these same zones in together and come back here to our zones off on the top, and then those hoses run underneath back down to this pump right here.
So if I have a Wi-Fi thermostat that I control with my smartphone, how will a zoning system affect that? Can I still use my Wi-Fi?
Absolutely. We can use any thermostat out there to work with this zoning system. It does not require any specific type of thermostat. And even as you can see here on our demo, we have just about the cheapest thermostats you can put on here. And they still actually have the little toggle switch on, like the old Mercury ones did. So it'll work with a Nest, it'll work with Ecobee, it'll work with any of the smart thermostats on the market today.
Great. I've heard people talk about their homes having big glass walls. Is that a good application for my system?
Yes. So a lot of times, especially a master suite, maybe on a second floor, if that faces west or south at all, it's going to warm up during the day. So there are times where it may not be warm outside, but you need some cooling in that space. So with a zoning system, we can send it to just that particular space. We can add a wireless thermostat to that room, and then you'll be able to control your comfort in that particular space. Absolutely.
And will it work in the winter to heat up cold rooms like the basement as well?
So the basement, it just depends. So a lot of times our zone for the basement and the first or the main level of living are on the same runs or on the same zone. Now, we can fix that. We can rearrange the ductwork and put dampers in, but that is one thing that we battle a little bit. It's just the way it's set up in the home. We have to make a lot of modifications to change that.
And I've heard people say they have to opt for a mini split system. What's the difference, and is that ever a better option?
So it is sometimes. So an addition on a house, let's say you pushed out your kitchen and you blew out the living room and it went out the back of your house. And now that is really a freestanding area outside of the home. It's very difficult to get ductwork back to there. So sometimes a mini split or a ductless split is the best option. I don't have one in here for us to look at right now, but the head unit mounts on the wall and it has a very small condenser outside, and it has the ability to heat and cool. So we don't have ductwork. It just blows the air straight into the space. So if I have a wide open space, and it's hard to get ductwork back there. A lot of times that would be my best option to install a mini split.
And do I need to install a new AC unit or furnace in order to get my Maestro zoning to work?
No, absolutely not. This will work with an existing system. We could put one of these in easily one day. We put them in with new systems in one day still. So, but no, you do not have to upgrade your equipment. This will work with your existing system regardless of how old it is.
And how long do the components last usually? Is there a warranty? Or?
Yes, so currently the average life on the dampers is like 20 years. I believe they still do a lifetime warranty for the original purchaser on the zone panel itself, which this is the expensive part. The dampers really aren't too bad, but this is the brains, and that's where the expensive parts are. So can it help lower your utility bills? Absolutely. Is it a guarantee? No. This is one of those, when you purchase a new system from us, we can guarantee you energy savings because the new equipment is automatically more efficient than the equipment that you had existing previously. So, could this cause your system to run less? It's possible. It is definitely possible. But to me, this is more of a comfort feature. Taking away those hot and cold spots. Being able to be comfortable in areas of your home that you were never able to before. So that's what I would say this is the best benefit of.
Awesome. I have no more questions. Do you have anything else to add?
Well, I would say that, this is our little demo right here, and you maybe can hear some of that noise on this broadcast. What we do when we install it, we've got one back here on the wall, and when we put them in a basement, it's attached typically to a cement foundation wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a isolation barrier with some insulation and then put plywood over the top of that and then mount that zoning panel. And what that's going to do is take away the noise and the vibration, so you won't be able to hear that upstairs. And if you have a utility room that is closed in, you wouldn't be able to hear it either. So that is one thing, just in case someone noticed the noise, they are much more quiet when they are mounted up on that wall. It's kind of vibrated through this table a little bit.
Awesome.
All right. Any other questions?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. And if you have any more questions, please let us know, and we can respond to those for you.